Corryong Eco Retreat. I cooked some damper. We got our stuff on the fire. I got a curry going. The boys are helping Murray cook some damper. We had some poetry. Murray's got a poem for every occasion. Here we go. Here's the misso. What's going on, Maestro? What do you put in there, Levi?
Okay, stop for a sec.
I don't know what you mean.
Shall I tell you what you put in there? What'd you put in?
Sultanas.
How many?
I put them there so you put them on.
Thousands.
Did you count them?
Oh, you wanted to put them on, didn't you?
It's a problem. I'm going to mix. Are you going to mix?
Yeah.
We call you the mix master.
Yeah.
I think that they were coming back, weren't they? Because they went out on fire.
Looking out over the valley of Corryong into New South Wales, down that way over the Murray. Mount Midabatide where we took a drive yesterday. Awesome. So peaceful. Right, let's take it off. You filming?
Yeah.
Take our damper off.
And then I had friends.
Can you see all of us?
Year in a row.
Ready? Alright, let's pull it off.
They had to flip.
Ready?
Where's all the damper in there?
Well, we'll soon see, won't we?
Oh, I thought that was open.
Gonna see what's going on?
Yeah, but why is there a rock on the top?
There's a special balancing rock. Are you filming the right thing?
Yeah.
You catch that.
Oh,
so you
getting there.
check the lid of the skewer there still. Stick that in and if it comes out dry, you're in business.
Got the camp oven bonanza.
Stuart, there's the butter and
The curry.
knife.
It's right, just
Don't listen to Daddy. If he says, look, Parker
The
has
kids, is dinner good? Is it yum?
Yeah.
Yeah?
And damper is ready.
The damper's ready. Are you gonna eat all your dinner so you get some damper?
Yeah.
Good on ya.
Yay.
Here's our damper. Camp oven damper. Lots of happy campers, huh? The morning Easter blitz at Corryong.
Oh.
What do you got?
Marshmallow chocolates. I can't open.
Sunrise up over the mountain, down over the hills. Beautiful every morning. The valley sits, the fog sits down in the valley and lifts out as the sun pops up. Pulled pork cook up, here we go. Almost done. Good actually. There we go. Pull that up, bug it on sandwiches in a minute. I'm gonna go for a drive. Chase this ridge line along. We'll go and eat at a lookout up there. went the wrong way. We've gotten a bit crazy here. Mitamata, I think they call it.
Just, we're on a very big hill.
And this is where all the fires came through
2020.
2020. Starting to grow back, but still got a little way to go, doesn't it?
Yeah, the leaves are growing back.
I think we're camping way down there.
Yeah.
On that hill, on the rise just down there, in front of the other mountain. What mountain's that over there? Mount Twynham, maybe? No? That's kilometres. Mount Elliot, I reckon. Mount Elliot.
Should we keep going?
What are we going to do, man? Have a shower? A Corryong shower unit. Homemade by Maury. I'll fill the bag up. You want to fill the bag? Put it down. Alright, we've filled up a bucket of hot water. We're going to put that in there. And she goes. Now we need to put some cold water in so it's not too hot. We've got tap. Here we go, fill it up. Right, I reckon that's good. And here we have our Corryong shower. How's the shower from a bag? It's good?
It's not.
Dragging on. When I hear that I hang my head and I cry. Well, I get sandwich folks, some fancy dining car. Well, they probably drinking coffee, smoking big cigars. Well, I know I had it coming. I know I can't lose when I hear that lonesome whistle, and that's what tortures me. Comes the rain.
There was movement at the station. So the word had passed around that the colt from Old Regret had got away and had joined the wild bush horses. He was worth £1,000, so all the cracks had gathered to the fray. All the tried and noted riders from the stations near and far had mustered at the homestead overnight, for the bushmen love hard riding where the wild bush horses are, and the stock horse snuffs the battle with delight. There was Harrison, who made his file when Pardon won the cup, the old man with his hair as white as snow. But few could ride beside him when his blood was fairly up. He would go wherever horse and man could go. And Clancy of the Overflow came down to lend a hand. No better horseman ever held the reins, for never horse could throw him while the saddle girths would stand. He learned to ride while droving on the plains. And one was there, a stripling on a small and weedy beast. He was something like a racehorse, undersized, with a touch of time or pony, 3 parts thoroughbred at least, and such as are by mountain horsemen prized. He was hard and tough and wiry, just the sort that won't say die. There was courage in his quick, impatient tread. and he bore the badge of gameness in his bright and fiery eye, and the proud and lofty carriage of his head. But still, so slight and weedy, one would doubt his power to stay. And the old man said, "That horse will never do for a long and tiring gallop. Lad, you'd better stop away. Those hills are far too rough for such as you." So he waited, sad and wistful. Only Clancy stood his friend. "Oh, I think we ought to let him come," he said. "I warrant he'll be with us when he's wanted at the end, for both his horse and he are mountain bred. He hails from Snowy River, up by Kosciuszko's side, where the hills are twice as steep and twice as rough, where are horses who strike firelight from the flintstones every stride. The man that holds his own is good enough. And the Snowy River riders on the mountains make their home where the river runs those giant hills between. I have seen full many horsemen since I first commenced to roam, but nowhere yet such horsemen have I seen." So he went. They found the horses by the big mimosa clump. They raced away toward the mountain's brow, and the old man gave his orders. "Boys, go at them from the jump. No use to try for fancy riding now. And Clancy, you must wheel them. Try and wheel them to the right. Ride boldly, lad, and never fear the spills. For never yet was rider that could keep the mob in sight if once they gained the shelter of those hills." So Clancy rode to wheel them. He was racing on the wing where the best and boldest riders take their place, and he raced his stock horse past them, and he made the rangers ring with the stock whip as he met them face to face. Then they halted for a moment while he swung the dreaded lash, but they saw their well-loved mountain full in view, and they charged beneath the stock whip with a sharp and sudden dash, and off into the mountain scrub they flew. Then fast the horsemen followed, where the gorges, deep and black, resounded to the thunder of their tread, and the stock whips woke the echoes, and they fiercely answered back from cliffs and crags that beetled overhead. And upward, ever upward, the wild horses held their way, where mountain ash and Corryong grew wide. And the old man muttered fiercely, "We may bid the mob good day. No man can hold them down the other side." When they reached the mountain summit, even Clancy took a pull. It well might make the boldest hold their breath. The wild hop scrub grew thickly, and the hidden ground was full of wombat holes, and any slip was death. But the man from Snowy River let the pony have his head, and he swung his stock whip round and gave a cheer, and he raced him down the mountain like a torrent down its bed, while the others stood and watched in very fear. He sent the flintstones flying, but the pony kept his feet. He cleared the fallen timber in his stride, and the man from Snowy River never shifted in his seat. It was grand to see that mountain horseman ride. Through the stringy barks and saplings, on the rough and broken ground, down the hillside at a racing pace he went, and he never drew the bridle till he landed safe and sound at the bottom of that terrible descent. He was right among the horses as they climbed the further hill, and the watchers on the mountain, standing mute, saw him ply the stock whip fiercely. He was right among them still, as he raced across the clearing in pursuit. Then they lost him for a moment, where two mountain gullies met in the ranges. But a final glimpse reveals, on a dim and distant hillside, the wild horses racing yet, with the man from Snowy River at their heels. And he ran them single-handed till their sides were white with foam. He followed like a bloodhound in their track, till they halted, cowed and beaten. Then he turned their heads for home, and alone and unassisted brought them back. But his hardy mountain pony, he could scarcely raise a trot. He was blood from hip to shoulder from the spur, but his pluck was still undaunted, and his courage fiery hot, for never yet was mountain horse a cur. And down by Kosciuszko, where the pine-clad ridges raise their torn and rugged battlements on high, where the air is clear as crystal, and the white stars fairly blaze at midnight in the cold and frosty sky. And where around the overflow the reed beds sweep and sway to the breezes, and the rolling plains are wide. The man from Snowy River is a household word today, and the stockmen tell the story of his ride. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Murray.